Soccer players are some of the best actors. It's the here, David, touch my shoulder.
Bro, what are you doing?
What?
I didn't even touch you! His leg! He broke his leg!
Yeah, okay, hi, welcome to the Blue Lock panel!
The Blue Lock English Dub VA panel. Hi, I am Bryson Baugus. I am the English voice of Nagi Seishiro from Blue Lock.
Woo! What's up, guys? My name is Drew Breedlove, and I play Meguru Bachira in Blue Lock.
Hey guys, my name is Kamen Casey. I think it's my song.
It is, it's okay. Oh yeah, if we just beatbox, can you like gain it up? Because none of them are on.
Wait,
I'll go.
Is yours on? Wait,
It's on? Oh.
1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, wait.
How about orange?
There you go. They're over there.
Orange, the orange one?
My name is Kamen Casey. I'm the voice of Reo from Blue Lock.
Hell yeah. Hi guys, my name is Ricco Fajardo. I play Yoichi Isagi in the English dub of Blue Lock. Yeah. We've collected, friends. We're here. Welcome in, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah. Let's see. Bryson.
Yeah.
What? Do it. Do the panel.
Okay, hi.
Go backflip.
Oh
I would die.
no! No, please. No, don't die.
It sounded like you were about to start something.
I was going to
Yes.
put one thing different. Who here was here yesterday for the Blue Lock panel yesterday? Okay, great. Welcome back, friends. There's a new element to the game today. That is the soccer goal that you see in front of you below. There's a small rule. This may encourage you to ask questions. It might not. But based on what your skill level is as the egoist that you are, I would enjoy that if you're going to ask a question, you make an attempt with the ball on the ground. This is a kiddie set. Okay, this is a kiddie set. Keep the ball on the ground, and we are also up here.
Don't peg us in the face.
Literally,
please.
like, yeah, that's you heard
I'm like right
You heard it
here.
from Ted. Don't peg him in the face.
Yeah, please not.
Okay. He is right there. Just go like this. You know in soccer, they go like that, but like this. So anyway, yeah, I'd love it if you guys ask a question, just to be funsies. Kick the ball. You don't have to score it, but if you do, though,
No, you have
there
to
are a pile of cards up here that I've assembled that you can select three cards from the pile of cards. Yeah, if you successfully make a goal. Mind you, if you are a smaller stature and younger, you will get the benefit of getting closer to the goal. But if you are an adult, you should probably shoot from like back there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, you don't have to hit it hard. You don't have to hit it hard. Reminder.
Yeah.
Anyway, as a side note, please, I feel like I did a lot of hosting yesterday. You guys should go make the panel happen.
Hey.
Yeah. So, dude, I mean, I'm so pumped for season 2, guys.
Yes.
If you haven't seen the trailer yet, man, it looks like a whole different. I mean, it looks sexy.
Yes.
Man. It looks like really sexy, man. I'm so pumped, and it's gonna be so good. And then the arc is all and 14 episodes.
14.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna
More
say
than
that
12.
means it's more than 12.
Yes.
And it just means that like they have an idea of where they want the story to go, and then like, that's where it's gonna pace out to be that. Because when you have odd like episode numbers like that, it feels like they're trying to reach a specific like point in the story.
Yeah.
That they really want to pace out properly for it.
Well, and to like not spoil, but apparently it's going to be more action based, is what I hear from manga readers. That's what I say, and so I'm assuming it's going to be faster paced episodes in terms of that. So
Have you
we
read
shall
ahead? Who's read ahead here?
I have not. So for me personally, what I do is I know the big picture on things, so I know, but like the minute details, I like to keep it a surprise.
My goodness.
So no, I have not read ahead.
I know minute spoilers about specific characters here and there, but I don't know the big picture.
That's good. That was a question technically, so I want to take a shot. I'll be the first.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, bring it.
Oh, you have a question.
I just want to
Take a shot. Sounds like
All right.
I just want to see it. I
Oh,
just want to see it.
you're going all the way back there?
Yeah, man, come on. We're grown people. It is a smaller, like, hitbox. You guys play games, you know how this works. So the way I was saying it, and my nephews that play like U12, like soccer, it's like, a big putter, right? You just kind of like make your foot nice and flat. I got flat ass feet. So you just gotta go like this. But yeah, just nice and easy. Come on, Butch. Yeah! Don't slide your heart burn yourself to death.
All right,
Anyway.
all right. And you can technically, if you feel like you want to shoot closer, you can. You don't have to go back. But if you ask a question, you got to. You have to. We'll be judging. We'll be judging.
Who's first?
Anyone? Any questions? Any questions? Come on! Come on!
Stage fright.
Anybody? Stage fright? Anybody? Are we doing?
Oh, yeah.
I guess.
Yes.
So I'll talk up.
Someone else?
Up.
Yeah,
Sit up. You want to sit up. Take a shot. Go. Take a shot. Take a shot. I'll guard. Yeah! What's your question? Come on, ask a question. Oh, here. Tell Mike, please. So people do.
I mean, someone's got to get the party started, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was asked yesterday. What was your favorite line? What are you most looking forward to in the next season?
Ooh, spoiler free or spoiler with? Are you guys okay if we talk what we know?
Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
All right, it's happening.
Okay, all right.
The final anime fest.
Yes.
Spoiler full, spoiler burdened panel.
Okay, so you want to start then?
I want to see what all those like Yu-Gi-Oh looking guys are about with all their crazy hair colors, and I just love seeing all the new characters and their wonky designs. I want to see what their whole like thing is, what their weapons are, what they're about.
I want to see why the U20 is so like anticipated. All my manga readers are like, "Oh my god, it's like my favorite arc in like any anime series ever," and I'm so excited to see it animated. I'm like, is it? I mean, I can think of some good arcs. But I'm super pumped to see like what the hype is about. You know?
I'm hoping our boys are, and I can't complain because we just got a freaking movie, Nagi, but I hope they still take care of us in the season. We're still in there.
Yeah.
Because I know we got to get introduced to some brand new badass characters.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, really pumped for that.
Oh man, Michael Kaiser. I'm very excited to ask, how does it feel to be the clown of my story? It's gonna be really fun. Foolish clown. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. Great question.
Thank you. Yes.
Go for it. Let's see it. Take your time. You don't gotta go. Here, grab me here. What's your feeling?
Beautiful.
Okay, cool.
All right, now, come on, guys. We got ego.
And you got
What characters did you get?
Enraichi. She got ego.
Nice.
And cheating.
Nice.
The good old long neck ego.
What is your question, you little egoist?
Okay, my question is, you guys praised the characters a lot yesterday. Who is your least favorite character?
Least
Not
favorite character.
But least favorite.
I'll start Isagi. I'm tired of losing. Every time I beat you, man, I'm like, this is the time. Are we gonna get revenge? No, we get crushed again. Or this is the time. No.
They're so similar though. Well, actually, no. Reo. Oh wait, we're spoiler heavy. Do you read ahead?
Oh yeah, I'm up
So
there,
you
man.
know Reo. Reo's like the person you want to play as. Like if I was playing a game, I want Reo on my team for sure. He's incredible all-rounder. But anyway.
Captain Plot Armor.
Yeah. Can't beat me?
I hate Isagi and Reo.
Oh, no! Damn. Can't win for losing.
I hate everything. Kuwan's kind of
Good man.
I love Mark Allen who plays him. He's an amazing person. He plays Digimon with me. But Kuwan, why'd you gotta tackle me like that, man?
We had that in the back.
Stole my thunder.
But you said Mark plays Digimon with you?
He does play Digimon.
That's
with
something
me.
Kuwan would do with you to win your trust.
Yeah.
And then just destroy
And then
you.
just backstab you.
No!
Mark, if you see this later, no, I love you.
Who is like that character you love to hate though? Like,
Yeah.
'cause he just Mark just crushes it.
Yes.
I was gonna say Kuwan as well. Like, there's something about like throwing. Like, don't throw, dude. Just get out of it. Like, literally. But there's, I mean, he could have played against the team, but he sat there. But I mean, you guys have seen the show. Like, he takes the red to like somehow against Nagi. You know what I mean? To make it happen. Which I was like, that's kind of a good thing. But like, you could have just been playing the whole time. You know, maybe it would be good. But yeah, weird noble streak for someone who like doesn't know how to be the best at the thing. We talked a bit about this yesterday at the panel, the other Blue Lock panel, where to be excellent at anything, like there is a cost. My good friend David Matz, he's out here doing like circus stuff for like all these sports teams around here. And he's like, man, you know, like I'm fine being like 80% best. He's like, because that next 90, 100 costs everything to be excellent. And I was like, what? And I was kind of pissed off. He's one of my closest friends. I was like, you want to be the best? He's like, dude, do you know how good the best are? It costs everything. And I started thinking about Blue Lock, of course. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it does. You kind of lock yourself up in a building and anyway.
Something interesting about Kuan, didn't the creator talk about how like he really liked Kuan and he kind of regrets the fact that he cut him off so early on because he wanted to expand that? And I find
didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I've heard from multiple people that the creator said something about that. Like he loves Kuon as a character, but he served his purpose in the story.
Yeah.
But there are some ways, without spoiling too much, I feel like we may see them again. So that would be cool.
That's what I like about the show is that everybody at Blue Lock seems to represent a type of talent. So like there's innate talent that like Nagi just has like this weird innate talent, but then there's also the characters that like trained their whole life to get to where they are and what those different types of backgrounds and how they affect how you are as a professional or as you are today. So like with Nagi, he's got that stuff that he's like getting over, like, oh, things just come so effortlessly and easy to me. And when he's first challenged and like he can't rely on that raw talent as much anymore, he can be more like, okay, now what do I got to do to actually overcome my own barriers that I've set up for myself with that background. And then like, and Kuon, for example, like you mentioned, like the type of person that's like, oh, I get 80% of the way there, and it's good enough to get me there, but then like that extra 10, 20%, I may have a struggle getting over or something like that. I'm rambling at this point too. But
No,
like,
that's why literally every character. I thought about Shigiri, like the injured athlete.
Yes.
Like, we see that. These are narratives that are real. You have Reo, who has like a kind of economic entitlement, who has everything, quote unquote, but not everything. Like to be excellent at stuff, like what happens when everything's given to you financially, versus like Nagi, who has everything given to him naturally, like his gifts are incredible, right? Versus say like Kunigami, who's like, I've done the right thing the whole time, and I'm gonna follow the right road, lawful good, until that doesn't serve. You know, like there's Isagi, who's so intellectual, where he's like, I can't just be intellectual. I have to level up my body, like Bado, who is incredible and has always been the best. But what happens when people capitalize on you being the focus of the room every time, walking in the room and everyone looks at you and you're the best? That's what I'm saying. If you're the best person in the room, find a different room, because you're never gonna get better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's Bado. Man, that was such a fun episode. Donkey, summon Matthew David.
See, that's the thing about Blue Lock too that's really cool. No matter how major or minor the character is, they're all like super well written.
When's the video game coming?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Are we gonna get a console game? I feel like if we got like a shonen battle type game,
Oh my
mixed
God.
in with FIFA,
Oh my God.
like I feel like that would be super bad.
That'd be so cool.
I think that'd be super. Or like I think Rick was talking about how like he wants to do it where you get to choose your own striker, and he wants to take Kira, which is the guy that first gets out. He wants to take Kira all the way to the World Cup or something like that. I think that would be so much fun.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was hoping if at some point, I forgot to ask, I think I mentioned to some of you guys, like if you would come over and play FIFA with me, and we could take Japan to the end.
Yes.
Like in real, like in the game, because they're so good. Japan, like actually, World Cup soccer, dude, they're excellent, and we can rewrite history on my PS5. I think that'd be really, really fun.
I'll do it. Pick a day. Send me the invite.
Let's go. Let's go. But it's got to be everyone. Everyone has to play. I want to see Rick play.
Yep.
Everyone. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Jonathan Rigg is the English director for Blue Lock.
Right.
Yes.
You used to work for Nintendo. So
Yeah, he used to work for Nintendo, IGN.
Get them to make a game somehow.
Yeah.
Bandai.
Yeah.
Come on, Bandai.
Tell him to call John Nintendo and say,
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah!
He's tired of talking.
Here we go.
How you're
Oh, you're gonna go
Wherever you feel in the chunkla, wherever you feel like it's good.
She's a soccer player.
From deep.
It's okay. That was a good shot. What's your question?
What's the hardest line that all of you have played?
The hardest line that we have to
Hardest
play.
line? Are we going like hardest
You should
as
put
in
one
like
anyway.
hardest or like most difficult?
Like hard to reach like a certain note or something.
Hard
Yeah.
to deliver.
Yeah.
I guess whether like emotionally or like tonally, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Difficult line.
Screaming, and especially in the selection where I had to hype up Bado, his final move, his big something chops, and you can only scream so loud. I don't know if you guys grew up in Dragon Ball Z, but it seems like, oh, I could do that. I could scream for 3 episodes. That's the hardest thing. That was humbling, and then you think, okay, and then you don't know what's coming. It's not like you get to watch the whole episode and then approach it, right? So you think, oh, that's the climax. Then you find out, oh no, we gotta go even higher for this. Can we redo that so that I can save that for this? And hyping up Bado's super extra awesome chops, screaming like a fangirl during that part was definitely the hardest line for me.
I think one thing, I mean, I definitely, as we went on, I got a lot more comfortable with it. But like, So first episode, we kind of established like whenever their eyes change, we kind of wanted to give them like a monster voice, and that was our take on it, right? And so like being able to do that switch, especially in like really high action moments, and being able to like go in and out, that took a little bit for me to get used to personally. But then once we got it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I like this a lot, you know. So that was fun.
For Nagi, it's more into like the subtleties of some of the games that happen in between, like him discovering like his actual like motivation for playing soccer and going full on into caring about it, because there were a few episodes where it feels like he was still kind of reverting back to his old ways of like kind of halfway energized through things, and you can hear it in the J performance, the original Seiyu's performance. Where they still kind of have that kind of like laissez-faire attitude to it, even after joining Isagi and Bachira and Chigiri and all of them. But we were trying to find the moments where we can be like, oh no, at this moment, like he's actually starting to care again, and like he wants to avoid that frustration that he felt fighting against Isagi. And so in that transitionary period, it was a little bit tough to find those subtle nuances, but I feel like we eventually got there with the help of just myself and collaborating with Rig on those moments.
There's this sequence where Isagi is talking to, obviously, first thing that came to mind was when he's playing Rin, and he's like, I can't beat him. And it's like confessing that out loud, admitting defeat as a, shown an anime protagonist, like, ooh, that's hard to say. It happens a lot for all of us in the show. But then following that up with, God, he was really fun. But, I will admit that the part that was rather difficult, there was a scene where Isagi is reviewing footage, and Chigiri is reviewing footage, and Isagi comes in and sees him, and they have a lovely conversation about, he's like, this is how I did this, is how I did that, and he's like, well, why don't you do what you did? Like, let's talk about it. How can I help you as a teammate? And Chigiri's like, stop, dude, we're not doing that right now. Like, literally shutting it down. And Aaron and I have been friends for a long time. And it felt like we've had conversations about careers before, because Aaron, I don't know if you guys know this, I know he's not here because he's down at his table right now, but like, there's so many people want to see him. There's, he got injured. And I am also one of the actors that have been injured, like vocally. I'd have a hemorrhagic polyp cut off my cords. And I was told, they're like, you might not do voice work ever again. I was like, got it, switching to circus. But like, there's a forward momentum in my mentality that when I said that to Aaron, he's like, dude, how do you, like, just keep going forward? I was like, because I have to. I'm like, I've been injured so much in my life, like, at some point my body's gonna give out, but I'm gonna give everything I have to everything I have at any moment. I can't hold back. This kind of craft, something like anime, or whatever it happens to be, you should dedicate all of yourself to it while you can. Just like any sport, like these kids, like my 12-year-old nephew, we're doing soccer, it's like, they are going in, you guys. If you ever watch kids play soccer, I'm like, holy cow, it starts early. You know this if you've seen any kind of athlete. And when Aaron and I had this conversation, like I could feel the sting in his voice as Chigiri going like, you don't know me. And there's like a, you don't know my life. And like, Isagi's like, well then leave. If you don't want to play, leave. But he doesn't want to leave, and that's the thing. It's like when you rise to a challenge. And so if you ever get a chance, you guys should check out Aaron's Disney's article that he wrote about being injured vocally, and them saying like he prospectively might not be able to do this anymore. He did quote me where I was like, yeah, just, I say something to the effect of like, yeah, just do it, bro. But like, but I will tell you, it isn't, I was trained, I went to school for theater, like take care of your voice, take care of yourself, but also know that it doesn't come without a risk. Nothing worthwhile comes without some kind of risk. But, yeah.
Great question.
Yeah. Lovely question, lovely question.
All
You want to do
right.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
Eddie's wearing the bastard Munchkin kit. Easy. He's gonna putter. Oh, okay. Take some distance. All right. Foul. I should go in front of the. I should go in front.
My miss.
No. Of course. That's how it works. Easy.
Straight in, baby. Straight in.
Easy. What's your question?
What is y'all's favorite goal in the entire series?
Favorite goal in the whole series?
Oh, man.
I know mine.
I think we're all gonna say this. I gotta pick something different.
Well, okay.
Favorite goal?
Does it have to be our character, or can it be any character?
I think any.
Any character.
Are you all gonna say chicken?
No, actually.
We're all gonna say chicken.
I'm changing mine
No.
now.
My favorite is when they're going against Team V, and then they do the attacking in waves goal, and Kunigami hits it, and it's just like that moment of like, oh crap, they're like about to crush Team V. I love that goal so much. And then the music's great too. I mean, the music makes the show so awesome. But yeah, that's one of my favorites.
I love the double stage fake volley that I do when it's just kind of like, I'm gonna shoot, no I'm not. and just immediately just change the direction. That's my favorite like hype shot. And then there's one shot that's just like absurd and like hilarious in the movie where what is it? Nagi just kind of like bumps it off his shoulders, like, oh, I guess that one missed, and it rebounds it off to him, and he just goes, oh, okay, and he just kind of like slowly lobs it in, and the goalie's like, "Rah!" And it slowly goes behind, and it's hilarious how just like they easily could have blocked that one.
I think my favorite is our introduction to the show, where they bust their ass to try to pull off this move, and we're just kind of watching them, and they fail, and it's like, downloads that real quick. It's like, hey, Nagi, let's try that move. And you're like, wow, what a hassle. Does this awesome move, bam, kicks it in, just looks back. I don't know why that was so tough for you guys.
Yeah, I don't know why you did
Damn,
that.
what an intro. Like, that was awesome.
Watching this clapback where they're getting like scored. I think it's like 2-0 or something. It's like they get annihilated, and all of Team C's like, well, GG guys, guess we can't play soccer anymore. And Bachida's like, oh man, what a challenge. And proceeds to 1v5. Like he just goes up and like literally does all these lovely moves like with a smile on his face. And Bachida is modeled after my favorite soccer player ever, Ronaldinho Gaucho. He's like smiling all the time, making people, Brazilian soccer player, he looks awesome, dude. And just is smiling the whole time while he's making people look foolish out there. And then proceeds to score, and they're like, who the hell's that guy? And Bachida's like, well, did that fire you up? And everyone's like, all right, we back in it.
We're back.
And it's a very cool thing to know that you can inspire people with your actions, man. Like, and yeah, you're like, well, I'll put the team on my back then. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I love that.
Good question. Yes, thank you.
Good question.
Any
Oh,
other
oh,
guys?
yeah.
Oh,
You can, yeah, make your way.
Yeah,
Make your way. Yeah, after.
Yeah.
My question for you is, what's your favorite line that you've recorded for the show?
Favorite line we've recorded for the show.
Favorite line.
Over, guys.
Okay.
It sounded like you were already going to start, but
Well, okay, I got two. I mean, obviously, I like, well, it's not really a line. I love Bachida's monologue when he's getting rid of the monster. I love that moment when like, the music comes in and stuff. Love that line. And if you've been talking to me, you already know about this line, but you'll never hear it. But somewhere along the lines when Team Z beats Team B, it made season 1 and the movie. And they're all, Team Z's celebrating, they're like, yeah, we beat them, and it's in the background, right? Well, somewhere in there, Bachida's saying, we did it, guys, you filthy little egoists. So I love that line.
yeah. Some of my favorites are actually from the movie that just came out, and one that I kind of was like dancing around saying yesterday, but it's fun. It's whatever. We're going full spoilers already. We've established that, but in the movie there's a unique match that wasn't in the show where it's Nagi versus Bado. And Nagi just gets up in his face after Bado's just been like dogging him the whole game and being like, oh, you're no good without Reo, or like all that stuff. He's like, you're no good on your own. And he just gets in Bado's face and he's like, still boring. And he's got like a skeleton thing going on. He's got like all this like smokiness, and it's so cool. I love it.
That was a badass match. You guys watch the movie, you get some really cool knock, because that was a match you don't see in the series.
Yeah.
Because Bado, you wonder how someone like Bado, who's modeled after Cristiano Ronaldo, loses. How does someone who's so good lose? It's like, well, I mean, we witness it. Oh man, I really enjoyed, and Matt enjoys it. And people have told me that it's pretty mean, but I think it's cool. It's when Bado finally is forced to pass, and it's innate. He does it because he knows he's going to lose if he doesn't, and he passes it to Isagi, he scores. And Isagi goes, that was a nice pass, donkey. And spells it out for him because he's such a bully the whole time. It's like he slowed it down for him. He slowed it because he wasn't there. Because he really doesn't get it. That you're worthless on this team. Now get back in line. And it's like a thing where Bado's like, yeah! You can feel the flames coming off the back of his head because he's bad. He doesn't, he's bad. It doesn't matter if you're good. You're bad if you're not on this team. Like, so it's, yeah.
Is that when he sees his whole future? Is that right
That's
after
when he sees it. He sees himself drinking beer, watching Isagi in the World Cup, and he's like, but that's what makes him change. That's what makes him go like, nah, dude, I'm gonna do it. Oh man, it's so great. Are you recording right now? Don't do it. Please. Thank you. You did it. It was only because it was crotch level. I was like,
So great, so
I was
great.
about to curse. I'm glad I did. Anywho, yeah, sorry.
So many. I love the monologues in the movie, but trying to find something just small. I love just when Reo's finally happy. We get a lot of him brooding, a lot of him trying to accomplish things, and so when him and Nagi are just steamrolling teams, and he's just finally got Nagi fired up, and Nagi's playing well, and the music's hitting really hard, and then he just says, blow their minds, genius. They're just so much fun, like, winning. Like, I don't know, like, you didn't even see them win. Like, you just hear about it in the show. You're like, oh, these guys are crushing people. You're like, then they run into Team Z, and it's like, I'm not seeing these monsters that we keep hearing about.
Oh man, yeah, the beginning of that match is dope. To see like they just start rolling, steamrolling like normal, and then Bachira's like, oh cool, really good people to play against. And it's like,
It's about time.
Isagi just screaming, guys, get back into position. We're gonna die. So bad.
Now he wants to play finally. The game's over.
Something like that.
Yeah, the
Game's over. Now he's like, we can still do it. No, man.
He like picks up the ball with his hand. He's like, we can still go. He like forgot all the rules of soccer as an instant.
That's so sweet that Nagi doesn't know the rules to soccer. He only does what Reo says. He's like, shoot a goal. All right.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool. So let me not talk about some of the other characters, by the way. Like, who's our priest? Our freaking amen.
Oh yeah. Igaguri.
Igaguri, dude. Like, master of drawing fouls.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite is when.
It's a soccer thing, just so you know.
No, I think what is it? I think you kick it. Like someone goes to kick for the goal, and Igaguri just gets and just takes it straight to the face and like nosebleed. I love that part.
Trying to block a Nagi shot.
Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No,
I like the Gagamaru like last minute. No, it's not over. He comes in like a Street Fighter move.
Dude, I love Lee George's freaking Gagamaru.
It's great.
Every time he almost gets it, he's always like, just one more. One more time. And he's got those big old, like, he's on some kind of narcotic eyes. He's like, dinner plate eyes that is looking at you.
His pupils dissolved into the iris.
Yes, yes. I fucking, so good.
No, but changing my answer, who I hate the most is Igarashi. Yeah.
Oh no.
When I was reading what happens in between, they don't show it in season 1, but how Reo ends up making it, we get beat by him and Shido.
Oh, Shido.
And I'm like, how do we lose to that team? And it's because he's doing that stuff.
He's doing the fouls, yeah.
Oh man. I think he's meant as that like gag character.
Oh, it's
he's
hilarious.
definitely meant as that gag.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's gonna go all the way. He's gonna beat Isagi. He's gonna be the final boss.
He literally he knows how to draw a foul. And that's hard, dude. When you're trying to score a goal and literally someone's out there and they're a pro at making it look like you're gonna get hit. You're like, stay away from me. It's wild. Do you guys watch football? Anyone watch soccer? Actually watch soccer like football? Yeah, like you've seen it. You've seen some of the best acting, guys. We're actors. Soccer players are some of the best actors. It's the here, David, touch my shoulder.
Bro, what are you doing?
I didn't touch him. Oh, his leg! He broke his leg! Like, dude, what?
And then like yellow card, sorry, you're like, I don't understand. How did this happen? Like, bro, but I love the covering of the face because they're like laughing. They're like,
No, one of my favorite things, I will say this, not to get crazy, but I love like, and you switch to women's soccer and they're like bleeding.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're fine.
It's
And the
cool.
guy's like, ah!
it's great, it's great.
We got a striker.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Let's go, let's go.
Yes.
No, don't apologize. You got this. Own it.
Oh,
It's okay. That was like an assist. Here, can I cross to you? Let me cross to you. Here. All right, I'm gonna cross to you, but you gotta one touch it, okay? So that means like once I. You ready? Here we go. Get it! Oh!
I was a swimmer, so
Hey! What's your favorite stroke?
I was a backstroker.
Woo!
So
150?
I was technically I was a long distance swimmer, so I like to swim like the thousands, miles, and all that kind of stuff. Those are my favorite, but
Your heart and lungs.
yeah.
That's awesome. Mad respect.
My question for you is, it's a kind of silly of a question, but what is y'all's theories on Bachira's hair? Where does the blonde begin and the brown end?
Have you got this question before?
I have not. This is actually new. I've never thought about it. Hold on. Where does it begin and where does it end?
It's an existential question.
Where does it begin and where does it end?
The bumble. Oh yeah, please go.
The monster
You know, and that's a very
It's all
interesting
family.
question because when we did at the end of
Misremembering.
at the end of season 1, we did this soccer match, right? Where the actors played with some fans, and we went to the soccer place. And I tried to color my hair like that, I literally sat there with yellow, and I had my head down, and someone sprayed it. And it was difficult, man, trying to get that like undertone to it. So, God, where does it? I don't know. It's like maybe he has like two. Maybe he's like wearing a piece over, like I don't know.
Oh my god, he's just like a bubble.
It's not even
Ball
distinct
cap.
tufts. It's
That's
like a
true.
line.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
god.
cute. I like his
But then
little.
this one has distinct ones.
They called him Bob,
It could
right?
be. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, they do call him Bob.
They call him Bob Cut.
So maybe he does like because it looks maybe like it starts like right behind the ears. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's like he maybe dyes that part. Yeah, or something like that.
In all the like.
Yes. Yeah. That's true though. That is true. Yeah, because
Like his
he does
roots?
have his. Yeah.
He
No.
dyes his hair.
No, he puts it. It happens in the Fly Day episode. When he says Fly Day, he has it up in this like this bun.
Yeah.
And it's yellow.
That's true.
Yeah, it's very, very
He
interesting.
has ghost roots.
Yeah, maybe. Well, because I've seen people have dyed hair before. They'll be like, "Hey, check it out! I have a whole nother color under here," and I was like, "What?" So maybe it's like one of those. But like, you have to like multi-layer dye it though in order to get that.
I've
So
never colored my hair, but I think for Bachira, I think it's like maybe his monster. Like, you know when you get scared by a ghost, you're supposed to get like a shock of white hair?
yes.
He gets like monster blonde that comes out, like, that's just in there. And they always have like a bumblebee motif for Bachira.
Yes, King Bee.
King Bee is the thing, his killer bee.
That's a good question. I actually never thought about that.
Yeah, it's gonna make me think.
Because yeah, you're right. When it
Oh
goes
shoot,
up, it's crazy.
we have another player. Here we go. Right there. Ooh, you changed the set. Oh, that's that messy.
I can see the flames.
Yeah,
punch a little ego
you
into
gotta
it,
ask question first. You gotta ask question first.
Oh, yeah.
Straight to the loot. Battle. You can't combat loot. That's a bad taste. I got one question.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do you think that Reo will be only blocking Nagi's path? He won't
That's a you
block.
guys question.
Oh, that's you.
Wait, you might be blocking my path? I think that. Shoot. I feel like as it goes, I don't read ahead, so I don't know spoilers and stuff. So I don't know in what ways, aside from that match that they have later on, like in what ways Reo develops in terms of like the defensive side of things. But or are you talking about just more like on the meta scale, like emotionally or something like that? Because I feel like they at least my read, and Kamen can comment on this as well. But I feel like both of them have each other on the mind the whole time because they want to prove to the other, like, no, I'm better, and on Nagi's side of things, it's kind of more like, oh, I want to show you all this new stuff I'm discovering. Whereas from what I've seen, it seems like Reo's like, no, I'm going to prove to you that I do, like, I am worth like standing next to you, and that we can be the best together. For Nagi, it seems more of like a childlike innocence, like, Reo, when I see you again, I'm going to show you how much stuff I learned.
No, I agree. I do think
His heart's just cracking.
That's
nice.
They are probably blocking each other. I think you got to fly solo to figure out if you can swim. If you always have someone carrying you or you can depend on, you won't know how far you can really go. And that might be that last 20%. If someone else is holding that 20% for you, you can't reach 100. So you got to see what yourself you can do at 100%. And then you guys come back together at full hundreds. That would be freaking awesome.
It's like a relationship.
Yeah.
Dude.
A relationship is not, you complete me is incorrect.
Yes.
A relationship is not two incomplete people making one complete whole. It's two complete people making a complete whole.
That's the most Nagi. Wait. That's the Reo's crying. Listen, it's two people. But I think that's actually beautiful. And it's funny how different people connect with different characters. Because I obviously the Reo, kind of like Batman, who has a ton of money too, and just does this thing. I was like, man, this rich kid coming in here, he's like, yeah, I want the World Cup. I'm like, what do you think you're all right. Thank God he's actually good at soccer. If he really has like cyber implants and stuff. But this is the thing that I don't connect with that story because they come from pretty humble stock. But when I saw Naruhaya's story, where he's like, I'm gonna do this for my family. I'm gonna be really good, and we're gonna I just want to make sense. It's like Ochako from My Hero. Like, I just want to make enough to feed my family. Like, if I could do that, that would be enough. And I'm like, my heart, dude, explodes when I meet characters like that. So yeah, but hearing that about how do you become excellent, it's almost like Reo's trying to take the fetters off of which I bet that'll happen at some point. If he's gonna be like Ken Masters from Street Fighter, he's like, no, I don't want the money. I want to sit in the hills and do Hadokens all day. Like, that's what he wants to do. You know what I mean? Anyway.
It's something, I don't care about the money. It's something only people with money can say.
That's true. That's really true.
No, another line I love
That's a
is,
money people thing. You just. I want
line I love is 3-0. He scores 3-1, and then the reveal that I think it's just revealed in the show. They're like, hey, Rare, are you mad about this? And then we're talking a little while, and he says, no, me and Nagi, we've only been playing for 6 months, and I don't want to stain on our perfect record. And then Igadashi's like, what? 6 months, and they're steamrolling people. I'm like, that's where they're starting, man. I can't wait to see.
Remember when Nagi like first meets Reo, and he's like, "Oh, you're the rich kid. Give me some money."
Yeah, I love that. It's so fun.
Oh, okay, nice to meet you. You're like the money guy.
Hey, please talk with me. No, I don't know about that. So about that money.
I'm like, what kind of guy? Nagi's so interesting.
Good question.
Oh, yeah! Oh! It's okay. You went for the full punch. I got it. Ask the question. Did he still get one?
Okay, if you had your character's skill set in soccer, what would you try to do? Like, what trick would you try to do?
I'll try to trick.
Like a trick or a skill, like
in the context of a game, or like because I was gonna say I would just try and see how many soccer balls I can juggle.
Oh, that was mine.
Yeah.
For example, like Bachira's rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Like that's something like that.
Super cool.
Or you know what, like just balance like a stack of stuff on the end of my foot, like balancing like a tower of just like things.
That would be great. Dude, I don't know, man. I like Bachira's just very flashy. He's fun to watch. And I just enjoy breaking ankles, so I would just be dancing around people all the time. I don't even have to have a ball. I would just be like, going around. I love that. I love how they animate him. I like his style. I really enjoy his just dribbling. It seems like it'd be fun, even though I'm terrible at it in real life.
Reo's such a jack of all trades, but I do like that his ability to download things. He's kind of a mimic, where he picks things up and is able to. I think they do a good job of hinting at that. And when they introduce him with that whole, let's try that move. Like, what did he just download that? Why didn't you just know that move already?
Immediately knows how to.
That would be so. I would have done so much better in school.
I feel like it'd be dope if Isagi just like actually tried to do like a million-piece puzzle piece set
On the field.
Yeah, like just at first he's like, I'm gonna break the record for fastest assembly of like because he apparently just puts things together so quick. He's got those eyes, dude. He's got the beautiful mind, like. It's like, I see it all. It's all coming together, which is cool. So yeah, to see that, you say a trick, so I'm thinking like, literally someone that could just like do a Rubik's Cube in 0.5 seconds, kind of deal. I would like to see Isagi do something like that, because he still needs to work out a bunch to get as strong as half these guys out there.
That's cool. Thank you for your question. Yes.
Oh,
hey.
You got one right. Yeah, come here.
Ready?
Oh, it's not tattoo.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, how do y'all feel about Isagi's progress throughout the anime, and then for the manga readers, further out, when he, okay, no, I'm gonna say something.
No, I mean, we are spoiler bird panel, so feel free.
Oh yeah, okay, so when he gets metavision and stuff like that, and then he gets to kind of size level and stuff, and analytically, how do y'all feel about that?
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. What I like about Isagi is that he is able to identify his own weaknesses and.
You got Nagi Bachira, sorry.
Yeah, baby.
Nagi Bachira, the most valuable card.
What I do like about Isagi is that he is able to identify his own weaknesses and be able to how do I overcome that? See the path forward to see what he can contribute to the team, but also go for it for himself. And I feel like it takes. Obviously, there's a certain level of ego to his character, but there's also a certain level of humbleness to be like, okay, I need to take, like you said, like you're always saying, find those things about myself and break them down and rebuild stronger and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of people in the world in general could take a bit of that into their own mentality about things.
Yeah, no, I agree, and part of what's really, really cool about the series is how it shows, you're like, man, Isagi's gotten so strong since that first episode, and then the World 5 show up, and you're like, man, Isagi has not gotten so strong since that first episode.
Real bad.
And I really like how it showcases that, because you're always like, man, there's always something better, and someone better than you, and I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's what makes the show so sweet. So I know, as Reo hates him, but yeah, Kamen, no, I love that him as an MC, as main character, just because these kids need to learn that. This generation thinks everything's going to happen tomorrow, and I'm like, no, bro, discipline, stick with it. There's always someone better than you. You can always be training. You can always be working harder. So I love to see that. That gets me fired up every episode. And yeah, then it gets humble constantly, and that's life. That's such a beautiful piece.
One win does not, tournament make. One win, just because you got one thing, that doesn't make it's consistent winners. Like when you think about any pop, whatever, like successful person, it's not, you don't, what does it pay, LeBron to be good sometimes? You want to see him crush it every single time he's out there. It's not, and that's what it is. That's the burden of being like excellent, in that degrees, because you have to show up every time, and not just that, but defy expectations every time. And the stress of that is intense. But with Isagi talking about a little spoiler stuff for like what he learns, I think what's beautiful about it, because he is a playmaker, I think, functionally on the field. But as he starts to get stronger and figure out how he can, because that's how games are won, you guys, like any kind of battle, it's games of inches sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, I love during one episode they talked about fatigue. Because when you watch sports, you guys, and these guys are out there for 90 minutes, when you're playing against the best in the world for 90 minutes, I can't, when we did that crossbar event,
I was dying 5 minutes.
5 minutes in, I was like, because I'm like sprinting after it. I'm like, wow. And like, if it's just you gotta go. That's why we sub people out. There's so much in the coaching, right, that has to happen. But the stamina, the best players in the world know, like, it's a mind game at one point where you're trying to find different ways to get that goal, to make it happen. And so for me, getting to play Isagi, obviously he's observing everyone. So it's a lot of like, monologuing of like, oh wow, Reo's so cool like this. If you pay attention to his text, he never like craps on anyone, which I adore. Because there are a lot of people who, when you play sports, it's a part of the game, years later sports, and it's like you walk up next to your opposition, it's like, hey, you suck, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, and like you get in people's head, and then all of a sudden they play worse, which is a part of the game. That's literally how we play from sports. You like get under people's skin. But when you hear Isagi's inner monologue about everyone, he's like, damn, how does Bachira do those crossovers so fast? I don't think I could ever have that agility, but now I know what he does. His eyes do this. He's so analytical. Reo's an amazing all-arounder. But there's this little tiny thing that he does that he's always looking for that little opening, and he never quite can like do it, but when it matters most, he's on it. And that's when the goal happens. And that's why everyone's pissed at Isagi, because they're like, you saw it. Like, he's always looking for that opening. Just like he's based off of, I believe the Italian player is Nagi. Again, it's one of those things. It's really delightful to have a character who isn't like, he really does love the sport, and he loves the people who are good at it. He's such a fan of Bato. Until he's like, man, if you, that's my favorite quote, if you want the world to change, change yourself. That's like the most empowering thing you can do. It's like, I can ask this person to be whatever. I can ask you to help me be on my team. No, dude, that's not how it works. Like, if you want, I gotta show you. Lead by example. Be the change. So, hey, welcome up.
Hey, welcome.
Oh, man.
All right.
It's okay. What's your question?
I was just wondering your thoughts on that movie.
Oh, movie thoughts.
Yes, very good. No, I had a great time working on the movie, and what I like about the movie itself is that it didn't feel just like, like y'all are anime fans. There's been plenty of examples of like animes that in between seasons they may do like a compilation or a recap movie or like recap episodes. What I like about this is there are elements of it like recapping the first season, but what I love for myself and Kamen is that it gets to show a lot of the stuff that we didn't see in those first 6 episodes that they were absent. We can kind of reestablish, thank you, in a single sitting thing like a film, where a TV series there's a little bit more of a sit down and a time commitment. That's the word. And in a film you can get the introduction to it in a way that showcases what makes the show as cool as it is. And I love that they sprinkled in stuff from the first season, but it was still mostly surrounded by all new material, and I think it was really, really well handled, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was definitely fresh but familiar, for
Yes.
sure. And, I like how I'd say probably first, 85% of the movie is really newcomer friendly to the point where they, can still be introduced to Blue Lock and not be totally lost. And then once the ending happens, you're like, okay, well, I'm glad I watched season 1. But, but for the first 85%, you're like, okay, cool. Right. But, I also really love the music, too. I like how it's a pretty different vibe from the main season 1. Season 1 was, more of, a rock, heavy, with heavy guitar and stuff. But the movie kind of felt almost like a weird, techno-funky kind of and I love that kind of stuff, right? And so I really, it's very chill, almost like lo-fi-esque beat ship
It's
type.
Nagi as hell, dude. Like,
Yeah, it's very
He's a
Nagi.
gamer.
It's very Nagi, and I really like that part because part of the reason I was worried, I was like, man, I hope the music's still good, and then I listened, I was like, oh, music's good.
It gave me like PS1 vibes.
Yes, very much so, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a blast, man. As a Blue Lock fan, I was just happy to have more Blue Lock that fast. Like
Yes.
the fact that we got a movie that quick and season 2 was greenlit, that was freaking amazing. And as an actor, it's a freaking dream, man, because you just never know if you're gonna get a role like that where it's 3 acts and having a character arc in each act. And just, oh man, never know if it'll happen again. So you just gotta soak it in and attack it just like the characters do. And yeah, I wanted that pressure though of like, it's fun coming in and getting to play the side characters and doing your best job, but just to get to experience a little bit of Isagi, main character over here, and just having us carry a film, like you walk in and see the line count and react count, like this is real. Here we go. So don't drop the ball. Don't mess this up. Like this is your opportunity to show what you can do or not. So I hope you guys love the movie. I had a ball playing that character.
Dude, it's unique. I mean, and it's interesting doing anime for so long. I've never done an anime lead like that in a movie, in a cinematic thing. So it's like everything has its own course. But what I love about Blue Lock specifically is that with the movies, it allows you to, and I encourage you guys to think of any sports anime or actually any anime where you're like, oh man, I really like this character. Like for instance, the one I get a lot of love for is Mirio and My Hero. And they're like, man, I wish we heard more about like the big 3 and like would they get like a side thing? I'm like, man, I don't know, but that would be a dream, right? Like, and then all like movie shows up with like Reo and Nagi. I'm like, hell yeah, that's badass, dude, because they're so cool. And everyone in this show has like body to them, which is great. It means that there's writing behind it. It's not just people trying to like make up a story for some characters that you might like the design for. Like, which I've noticed in some games before, like, oh, you like that? Like, oh, yeah. You figure it out, you're like, wait. And you can, there's a saying in the industry, it's like, you're only as good as the writing, is what we say as actors. Because if the character's not written well, you can act your butt off, but it's not, you're only as good as what's out there for you. So, yeah, really, really cool. Had such a great time watching you guys rock because, yeah, it's a different sort of like same but different, and I'm like, hell yeah, you guys, go do it. Take us home. So yeah, you guys did great work in the movie.
Well, that's what's cool. It's like Blue Lock. Like every character, I feel like could be the main character. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're just. I mean, that's when you know an anime's good. Is when every character is like could be.
Video game.
You doing it? You going for it?
Yeah.
Striker!
It's okay.
I feel like you got like a magnet over here. And you're just some people. You're like, nah.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So,
Good job.
So out of all like the characters, do you feel like any of them wouldn't be a striker at the end of the series?
You know, I want to say this. I want to say this right now. There's so much speculation about Kira. Like he was in 2 episodes and he was first one out, right? But everyone, if you go to the forums, everyone's convinced at some point he's gonna like come back and like crush Isagi. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. I don't know. I think it would be interesting if he came back. I think that's one for me at least.
My Nagi ass answer is like, well, there's a main character of the show, and there can only be one winner of Blue Lock. So it's that's the cynical like, oh, we're all supporting characters and you're the main character. Go off and do the winning the day. But I mean, like, I feel like you've said before that you're not sure how it's gonna go as well. But like, I don't know. I feel like at some point everybody in the show is gonna reach their like breaking point, and it's gonna animate. But I could be surprised.
I didn't think Reo was going to make it that far, just how emotional he got. You can't afford to have those emotions for too long in a competitive setting. And which great storytelling, like Naruhaya's story, I thought he might end like that. I just love that shot of Kunigami pulling up Reo. He's like a samurai. Kunigami looks like a samurai. He's like, no, look at the defeat. Take that in. And I was hoping, oh, maybe that'll make him fire. No, he's still crying. He's not going to make it, but that's good.
I think of anyone who's playing the goalie. Because only, and not even like that, because my nephew plays goalie. He's really, really good. Like, they saved the game, quite literally. Gagamaru, you know what I mean? Like, I love that character, but it's like, no one wants to aim on. No one wants to be goalie. Literally, they're like, you have to be a striker. So like, but one of us has to guard the goal, right? So it's like, are we gonna take turns goalie? But Gagamaru is like all in. It's like, you're clearly the best at this. Can you please do it? Which I think, this is my thought. Like, Ego is trying to develop like a great team, like the Blue Lock team. But like, yeah, there can only be one. But I think at the core, at the heart of it, even if Isagi isn't the best striker, because you see so many people that are better than him in so many ways, he is the one that levels everyone up.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like making them all try harder. They're all good. Everyone that comes to Blue Block's like, yeah, cool, I want to compete. It's like, yeah, but you're not good yet. And everyone's like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, and then they play against other people. They're like, I mean, like, I'm good. Until you go like, no, you're playing for yourself in this team sport where you can rely on other people. But if you take care of yourself, right, and you level yourself up to max, that's how you help other people. So, yeah. I would love it. I'm a big fan of subverting expectations. I would love it if Isagi makes it to the end and then takes a back seat to like Chigiri or Bachira, for instance, like anyone, and then Isagi's like, no way, I failed. And it's like, no, like you gave birth to all like the best team, like because of all of it. But like, or he does get good, like because we've all watched anime and you know that like it's usually impossible to kill the MC. And if he does die, Dr. Stone, there's like, you know, there's no way you kill the MC in episode 3. Anyway, but yeah, it's inspiring. It's inspiring to think that it can be anything. I think that's what makes it exciting, is he's not immune. I don't think he has block armor in that way.
No, I like how he loses.
He loses a lot.
Yeah, I like how.
Gotta take L's to get better.
That's true. Yeah, thanks so much. Good question.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm gonna get a Kakamari.
Oh, we've got 8 minutes or 7 minutes, so this might be the final.
Oh, he's on Tetsu. He's on Tetsu.
Cook it. No, it's okay.
Hey, you threw the magnet over there. I
It's here to see it, but
There's no crying in anime. I'm just kidding.
Get it out of here.
I picked it. My question is, what character did you resonate with the most out of the entirety of Blue Lock?
I feel like we mentioned it before, but I can't remember if that was yesterday or today. My brain is fried. But Chigiri, I really relate to Chigiri because like just his backstory and the injury that he has to deal with, and that hesitation to like go all out and fear that you might like the next time you go all out, that might be the last time you can do it. And like I just relate to that so hard, and I don't know how else to say it without rambling.
No, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
It's cheating, man, but I really related to Bachira a lot. So much so that, like, when I watched this backstory for the first time, I cried, man. Because, like, you know, there's that feeling of being alone, and then, you know, comparing yourself to others, even though you're good, and then you start to fall behind. You're like, man, I suck. But then you're like, wait a second, I'm doing the thing I love because I love it, you know. And then, you know, it's very easy to compare yourself against other people in whatever you do, right? And sometimes you forget that the very reason you're doing something is because you enjoy it, right? And so I really related to Bachira a lot. So I'm a Bachira fan, even though I voice him. Okay, I'm a huge Bachira fan. So yeah, I definitely related to him.
I'd say too, Chigiri's injury. Yeah, my whole personality as a youngster was tied. My whole personality was tied to my athletic ability. And then when you get injured, who are you now? So that really caught me off guard. I was whoa. I'm like, I'm all into this show. These guys did the research. And then second, I'd say Rin. I hated team sports. I was in martial arts, swimming, track, you know, relay. I guess it's, you know, a little bit of team, but I hated depending on other people or people that weren't that good telling me what to do. If you weren't the coach, shut up. You know, I hated team sports. I preferred to play by myself. But so how Rin approaches the game is how I approach martial arts. When I locked in, it didn't matter who was in front of me. It's like I'm going through the. I just love the battlefield imagery from him. Oh, it's so cool.
Man, you're like compelling. As you're talking about Rin, I'm like, yeah, I synergize with Rin too.
And he turns into you in that last episode. I haven't seen the last episode in a minute, but it was so cool seeing him kind of become Isagi. Where he was the only one still busting his ass. Everyone's like, why is he trying so hard?
Right. Because I think and there's always someone better.
Yeah.
There's always someone better, right?
I should be like those guys.
I love when they do their little meditation. They're doing yoga together. And Isagi's like so inflexible. He's like, I want to do what you're doing. I want to be like you. And Rin's like, please leave me alone. That's one of my favorite lines. He's talking to Bado, and Bado's just eating his meat, and he's like, tell me, how do you like to play yourself? And he's like, I just want to get in your brain, bro. Come on, be like. And Bado's like, leave me alone. I don't want to. But Isagi's trying so hard to like. I wish I had Isagi's. I wish I related to his like team mentality. I'm also kind of a solo guy. A lot of what I do in life is solo, so I probably more align with Rin as well, especially starting out acting. Like I remember my grandmother when I first started acting, she's like, Ricco, why do you want to hurt the family? Why do you want to be an actor? And I'm like, Grandma, I'm not trying to hurt the family. I want to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? And so I synergize with Naruhaya. Like, you know, I'm second generation. I was born here. My parents were. There's this like sense of
you're risking too much to do this thing that could pan out to be nothing. So Naruhaya's storyline definitely like got me. But when I see Rin, not the way he like deprecates other people, but like if you're not taking this seriously and you're not on my level, please get out of the way. Or not even asking please, just moving past the way, because I got places to be and I got things to do. Which is like not even being rude. It's like, and not even asking. It's not telling someone get on my level. It's like, when you're ready, I'll see you there, kind of deal. Which is like, it might feel cold, but it's like, no, dude, I got places to be and I got things to do, which is pretty cool. I think there's a vitality and a power in that that's really motivating. You know what I mean?
We're not here that long, man. I don't know.
Oh man!
And I want family to see me do certain things now, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised.
That's the Naruhaya in you. I want my family to see. I want my family to see. You pull out your little thing. That's so sweet though. I love it. Guys, we have like just
I think it's we got two.
We got
We got time for one quick one.
Hey,
You got it?
what
Anyone would be last
someone who hasn't gone? Someone who hasn't gone?
Yeah, up first.
Both of you guys go. Lightning round. Both of you, yeah, come on, go.
Okay.
You go first. Good. Yeah, that was a nice kick. You missed, that's okay.
If the Vlogs characters were like actually in Squid Games, who do you think would win?
Shido.
Yes.
Shido. I go Shido.
Yeah. I could see Baro. Doing really well.
In Squid Game?
Yeah.
Someone betray him.
Shido. All right, good one. Good question. All right.
Oh man, I had 2 questions.
Oh yeah. What is it?
I was wondering, how long, I know it's just the beginning, but like how long do y'all see this anime going for y'all?
Forever.
I don't. It sounds like the manga is still ongoing. I haven't read that far, and I don't know how far they are into the program in the manga currently. But like, I would imagine at least like 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I think here's what I think. I really think that with it being as popular as it is, I think they're definitely going to try to capitalize on that. But I would love to see a time jump where they go to like pros eventually. I would love to do like a Naruto Shippuden type thing. That would be super sick.
Also the second one was like, how has these roles for y'all impacted your life?
Changed my life.
Changed my life. Yeah, absolutely.
First character.
Yeah, absolutely.
First character that's big.
I feel like for me, Nagi isn't like one of my first major roles, but he's definitely one that like I felt like he was the kind of role that I needed at the time that I got him, because I feel like he's in such a space that I don't normally play. Like he's more that apathetic, laid back kind of like whatever kind of character. He's just very like, yeah, why am I trying so hard? When I'm used to playing such like high energy characters like in Haikyuu or in Danmachi or in all these shows where I'm like the hyper, I'm the Labrador, the retriever in energy character. And so like I feel like Nagi was such a unique challenge for me at that time in my career that like I really feel that working on this show and playing a character like that has really improved me for the better as a performer, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I'll say, ask me in 5-6 years when we're, I don't know how long Blue Hawk's going, but yeah, we're in it right now. So I can't even think about how it's affected me until we're at the World Cup, I guess.
Yeah, baby. Thank you guys.
Thank you for watching Anime Diet. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button for more tasty treats.